Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show, and let's get right into it. My voice is coming back. We should be good for next week. We'll just do an easy show today, and we'll be really good. So, all information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only. It's not intended as financial advice. So, always do your due diligence. How is everybody, Mr. Drawdown and Luis Rodriguez and Laptop Travel? Doge Mom and Nine and Asian Jolie and Barbara and everybody else. How are we? I see a bunch of people just hopping on now, and we'll click right over. We'll see what's happening. There's our heat map right there, and that's what it looked like today. The Mag 7 was mostly up, and Apple was kind of pulled back a little bit right there. You can see it was down, but doesn't look bad right there. And how are you, Deep Soul Diving? And Sam, how are you, CORZ? And I told you guys that's why you needed to be in this Discord, because that one popped up. Ben had over 100K day today, and we'll be doing it a lot. I'm telling you, that's what that Discord's about to start doing nonstop. And Ben had it kicked off today. And CORZ, we were looking at it on the small cap show, and it's been in the Discord. And so Sam knew all about it, and CORZ was popping there. So that was a beauty, guys, and that was very nice right there. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know Sam did. He is in the Discord, and I think Sam has been enjoying it so far. So that is what it looks like. And let's just see. I'm just making sure everything is working there. Yep, it's good right there. So here we go. Let's cruise through and see what's going on. And again, it'll be our last night that we kind of do a easier, weird, different kind of show, and then we'll get back to our normal show, and we'll ask what you guys want to see before we start, and I'll have post out a list, but just letting my voice kind of rest up, and it's pretty much back to normal now, so that is good. And here we go. Let's take a look and see what's going on here. That CYN was popped up today. I saw that was ran up. CYN right there, that's one we had looked at before. And that ADIL, I know we were looking at that last night, and that was running up as well today. ADIL. And there you go right here. And you can see it was running up yesterday and curling up there today. So not bad for ADIL and a couple other ones right there. So here we go. And how about that AVAV? We were looking at that last night. WAI, that top king win, and a couple other ones right there. VOR, we checked that out as well. And so we'll look at everything you guys want to see. And let's cruise right through. We'll look at our SPY big caps. And I'll tell you what. Who has been saying that the SPY was going to get the 610? I mean, I've been saying that for over a month, right? And there you go. And it's looking pretty good. And we have to see if it wants to curl through tomorrow. It's going to be an interesting day, and they're going to leave it at an interesting look, of course, on a Friday. Going into a short week with 4th of July. And, like I said, there is some pullback coming up. It's not too bad. We just got to time that out right. We knew it was going to hit that 610, and we have to see what's going to go happen tomorrow, going into the weekend for the short week next weekend, the 4th of July. And I think we may see that pullback happen shortly after, and then it's going to run like crazy, guys. So not only will we catch the market going down, it will be perfectly fine. The end of the month, end of the quarter too. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on things, and let's just go through. And like I said, Apple pulled back a little, still not looking bad right there. It will get moving. And Amazon right here was running up. Excuse me, was running up right there. Hold it, my voice wasn't 100%, but it's getting there. And Amazon looks like it's going to be really good to move some more. Google's been setting up right there. It was looking pretty good, getting back over to 20 today. And Meta was up way up today and jumping up there. Looks like Zuck wants to hop up into the top again and keep running through that 700. But every time it does that, it does have a nice pullback. So we'll see when it does want to. And they do continue to want to run up and continue to run up is that Microsoft. Look at this thing, just an animal right there. And it has been looking good. And NVIDIA as well wasn't looking too bad. It's in the top right there. So we'll keep an eye on it tomorrow, see how much it wants to run up. And that Tesla, remember I said it could pull back there and as it's getting set up. So That's what you're looking at with Tesla. And let's look at our other ones right here. AMC wasn't looking too bad today, and neither was GameStop right there. And that looks like it's curling up. And again, I said it would run up as it curls up. We'll see if it wants to get through. And whether it does or not, it doesn't really matter because we knew it was going to run up. And how about that Chewy looking good? And that looks like it's trying to get bullish right there. And of course, Unity is pulling back, and that does look like it's going to pull back some, hitting that 50 in the 20s over top of it. So we'll see if that wants to pull back. And what is Chewy? And that's not looking too bad. That 20's over, but that could get moving right there. So that's CHWY and Unity U. Excuse me. And that's the Roaring Kitty crew right there. And let's look at our semiconductors and them guys real quick and see what they're doing. AVGO and Broadcom was cruising up a little bit higher. MU right there. That one wasn't looking too bad. It ran up. It's still in the top, and it has a potential to continue to run up. And how about that TSM hitting that 224? And got through to 220. Now it's making that 224 resistance area, trying to push up through it. So we'll see if it tries to tomorrow on a Friday right there for TSM. And that SMCI was looking pretty good right there today. And I know Luis Rodriguez did like it. We liked it last night. And how about AMD? It's continuing to run up there, but it's in the top now, so be careful. And I do like QCOM right here, and it was up today, and I did say that one was going to run, Sam. I'm sure you did see that. So, bam, they were running all over the place today. And CORZ, QCOM, everything on that Discord's crazy, guys. And I'm telling you, we are going to make it go nutty. And Ben had 100K plus day today. And like I said, I've done it multiple times. We're going to be doing it a lot coming up. I'm telling you right now, it's going to get wild. And I have it. All I need to do is get zoned in, guys. That's all it needs for me. And I've done it so many times. You guys have no idea. I can do it like that. And we're going to do it. I told you our next big thing is to make people's accounts grow in the Discord. We've done everything we said we were going to do on this show. You guys know that. And now it's time to do that. So if you want your account to grow, check it out, because it's about to happen. You just seen my update. The shed office is complete, and I will be setting computers up now. They're just getting set up now, so they'll be ready to rock and roll. And Marvel, that'll make a pretty good one too. We've been talking about that on here, and that's been jumping up, and they were talking about it as well on the Discord. So yeah, Sam knows that Discord is on fire, guys. And anybody that has joined, and there has been quite a few people. Any questions, just let me know. But yeah, I told you guys, it is fire with it, and I was just posting stuff in the morning. You guys knew I was going to Vegas, finishing up the shed office, and when I got done rocking and rolling, and in the meantime, I'm telling you, I already knew Ben and Godfather would be handling it, because they always do. And Ben's crushing 100K days, guys, and we're going to be doing it in there quite often. So it's not going to be the first and only time, because I've done it a lot of times before, and we can crush it. Discord is the best money he's ever spent, Stam said. So there you go. If you want to see what he just said, there you go. And I promise you, I mean, you're making your money back pretty quick, I'd have to assume, right, Sam? And then some, and then a lot of profits on top of it. So it really isn't that much considering what you're getting. And so there you go. And Deep Soul Diving said, I'm crushing minus 100K days. But yeah, I'm telling you, they'll get there. All you got to do is compound it. And then once you start trading them smart and doing well, Deep Soul Diving, they 10K days come, then the 25, and then the 50s, then the hundreds, and then they just keep on going, and it gets wild like that. And I've seen it so many times. I've done it so many times, guys. So I promise you, I know. And here we go. Kaden said she made it back the first day, and well, in profits right there, Concure. So there you go. Look at that. And I'm telling you guys, I mean, and I'm posting pretty nice bangers too. And I mean, barely even trying, because again, you guys knew what I was getting done, but I was very confident that Ben and Godfather are perfectly fine. So not only do you have them guys, you have me as well. And that Discord is insane, guys, because now we're going to really start hitting 100%ers and all the good ones that we call out nonstop and trading them smart and just crushing it and making these accounts just grow. And again, if we sell them a little early, it's perfectly fine. And you guys probably notice Ben sometimes gets out a little bit early, and it's perfectly fine because you're locking in profits and you're compounding it, turning it into the next one, and then you have $100,000 day, and I'm pretty sure that could help everybody out when you have some of them. Even a 10K day will help everybody, and I have them all the time. So that's easy, guys. We can do that like this. I'm telling you, 10K days are nothing. And if you guys listen to Convino and Rich said it while we were at the convention. He was buying his house during COVID, and my picks helped pay for most of his house. I'm not gonna lie, we killed it. We were doing 15K plus days on the daily back then, and just destroying it. And then again, I suffered a brain injury, so I had a lot going on. But I'm zoned in, guys. You can tell I'm on the money now, and I'm ready. I feel it, and that's why I did the shed. I made the shed office, and it's amazing. I'm telling you, I feel great in that thing, and I'm like uber focused now, and it's going to be crazy. So, and then Caden said lost a job and made month's salary in 2 days. There you go, guys. So a beautiful thing. And thanks for sharing that, Cadence. I appreciate it. And sorry you lost your job, but I'm even more happy that you made that salary, your month's salary in 2 days, and just keep on doing it. And like I said, that's all you have to do. And again, you don't have to trade recklessly or get crazy. Some days you don't even need to trade at all. You just kind of take you just kind of sit back and make sure you know what the market's doing. It's more important to go to go into these things with the plan and know that you're picking the right, because the charts look right and everything's lining up, rather than just being like, oh, I gotta force a trade today because today I need to trade. It doesn't work that way. So I'd have to say, like, we take it one by one, maybe two at a time, three tops, and you can see what Ben does in there. I do the same thing. I have a very similar trading strategy to Ben. That's why it always works out with us too. And yeah, that's how you destroy it. And Kane said, not sorry at all. Grateful I'm here. So there you go. And I'm grateful you're hanging out, and I'm grateful that you were able to do that in the Discord. And like I said, I'm pretty sure every person that signs up makes your money right back. And then yeah, it's going to get even crazier, guys. Like I said, you guys knew I was finishing that thing up, and you see the video. If you didn't see it, I posted it up there and kept you guys posted as I was going through it. And yeah, the exhaust, I think, might have been the hardest damn thing. I'm not gonna lie, to exhaust out the stupid air conditioner. But I wasn't expecting that to be like a 2 to 3 day trial right there. But anyway, got it all figured out and had to jimmy rig it up a little bit, but it's perfect. I had a roof vent in my enclosed trailer. This is how much shit I used to do, guys. So I had a roof vent in my enclosed trailer. I opened it up and I was like, oh shit, I got one of them. And they can take a lot of heat, and it's perfect because it's pretty big. And I'll take a video of it and show you what I'm talking about. It's actually in the video. You can see where I exhausted out. So I cut out the hole, made it perfect. And then I just secured that into the wall and then hooked that up to the pipe going through the wall. And that was money in the bank right there, and didn't have to do anything else. So yeah, I had to think outside the box. It took me a few days, but usually, and again, I probably would have thought of that like immediately before, but I just don't. It takes me a day or two to sometimes think of things and really process it in my brain now. Somehow I can process stock charts and all, and I'm fine with that, but everything else takes me a little while. But whatever, we're here and we're cruising, and that's all that matters. And here we go. Let's cruise on through, see what else we're looking at. But yeah, I think people are excited about the Discord, and like I said, we will be killing it. Ben killed it today, and it will be happening on a regular basis, I can tell you that. And it doesn't matter if the market moves up, down, backwards. It doesn't ever matter as long as you know which way the market's moving and you can hit the ETFs the right way and everything else, you're good to go. And that's what we're going to be focusing on. And that's why as it gets to these tops, and that's why we knew it was getting to the 610. It's jumping over. We'll pay attention tomorrow. We'll make sure we know exactly what it wants to do. And then if it wants to pull back, even if we have to hold out a day or two, a week or so, whatever, and we have all of our cash in hand and we know it's pulling back there and we catch them bottoms, that's when you make your money. So that patience right there is super important. So that's and you can tell I can be pretty patient. I've learned to be really patient, especially with my brain injury. It takes me forever to do things now, I feel like. So I used to just do it all at like one shot and be fine, but now it takes me a couple extra days. I'm like, I'll knock that out today, and then 2 days later I'm still doing. I'm like, this didn't happen before. But anyway, I won't complain because like I said, I can still do things. So I'm happy for that. And here we go. Let's go through and see what's happening. And I know we were looking at SMCI, and that was cruising up there. AMD still running up. And like I said, QCOM still looking good. And I did post about that one. Intel right here, INTC, and that one's trying to get set up and run higher. You can see it looking pretty good. Let's just see right here, INTC right there. That does look like it's trying to curl back up right there. And let's see what PayPal's going to do right here. PYPL. That has been moving up. I could see that one possibly pulling back right there off of that line just to come back and set up a little bit. So just keep an eye on PayPal if you're in it, and it could just pull back a little. Snow's been in the top. It ran up a little more today. And I mean, it does look like it wants to roll up there a little bit more, but the thing is way up there. And Dell, remember that one was looking good to run up, and bam, look at that thing right into the top, and it'll probably run up some more right there. So there you go with Dell. And Palantir running up towards all-time highs, and it keeps on going right there. It was up to what, 148, I think, today. It says right there. Well, I knew it was up there. Yeah, 148 right there, and it just keeps getting all-time highs now, and it's ripping. So someone please explain why the rates can't be cut, because this market's just cruising right along. And there's our Sophie. Remember I said it was setting up and running up there. Well, it certainly did. And how about your Mara, not Marriott, but we'll look at Marriott. Marriott looks pretty good too. We might add MAR to our watch list right there. MAR looking good today. Marriott, I don't think I ever look at that one. But how about Mara? We do look at that one. It is a crypto one. What is it called? A Bitcoin mining, crypto mining. That's it. And here we are, Mara right here. And it does appear to be trying to get set up. And like I said, it could get set up for next week. We'll see if it tries to bounce through there tomorrow. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on it. And there's our Riot, and that was looking good. And that one's running up there and looking pretty decent on that run up. So let's see if it crawls through. But it looks like it's going to want to. And that Clean Spark was looking good, guys. And it ran up some more right there. And even MicroStrategy today, it was looking good. It was run up there. It hit that resistance. I know that 392 was its high, and it did pull back there. It opened at 386. I saw it running up and hitting that resistance up there, and it's hitting the MACD. I was watching that bad boy to see if it could get through and maybe a little bounce back again. We'll see tomorrow, but they could pull back a little bit. I don't think it's ready to get through the resistance just yet, but maybe only a week or two away there. So that's what MicroStrategy or strategy looks like at the moment, and that's our strategy. And let's see what our Coinbase is doing. That was trying to run up some more, and it's been running up there. And even Robinhood was running up, but not as much as Coinbase. Coinbase has been running up there. DJT is trying to set up, and like I said, has like a week or two to set up, and Fund's not looking bad. So we'll see if Fund wants to get cruising, and that Mountain wants to get set up as well. So keep an eye on that. That's a pretty decent setup for Val Resorts, and it's going into a setup. And McDonald's right here, remember that thing ran up and dipped down, ran up 2 days, now pulled back, and we'll keep an eye on it. Looks like it could still pull back there. It does not look like it's completely ready MCD, so we'll see what McDonald's is up to. And if they want to get curled up and get cruising, you can see it's going to set up, but it's going to take a little bit. So we do want to find the bottom on McDonald's, that's for sure. The bottom of the bag on the fries for that one. And Boeing right there is trying to curl up, and actually looks like it might try to get moving again. So we'll keep an eye on Boeing right here and see what it wants to do, because it looks like it's going to curl up there, and we'll see if it wants to run right through the MACD. We know that one can. They have like a ton of government contracts. It does like to run. And space right here, SPCE, Virgin Galactic Holdings. That's not looking too bad either. And that is curling up and setting up right there. So keep your eye on space right there. That could get moving, that's for sure. And IBM has been moving. It was up a little more today, and it does look like it wants to stay in the top. Let me see what it looks like over here. I mean, it probably is just a little healthy pullback is what it's been doing. So I'll keep an eye on it and see if that's what it is doing right there. IBM, a little healthy pullback. That's what it appears like. And Disney right there was running up again today, and it's at 121, trying to get back into the top. So Disney was trying to pull back, and then all of a sudden just reversed and went right back up. So there you go with Disney. And your Oxy and your Exxon Mobil right here. Let's look at Oxy first. It was up, and it does appear to be setting up, guys. So I did see that today and said something's going on here, because Oxy was setting up, and Exxon Mobil appears like it wants to roll off right there. As you can see, it was up, and it looks like it wants to come in for that roll off the MACD, and these could get set up. So keep an eye on them. I will be watching them tomorrow to see what's going on, and I will see if they are trying to move or do something wild. And that AVAV, remember, was up a bunch yesterday, and it's up even more today. And we looked at it, so there you go. And look at that. It was up like $40 yesterday, and it was up 195 to 250 yesterday, 237 to 279. It's at 279 right now. No idea what they're doing, but there you go for AVAV. We looked at it, and it started to fly right there, I must say. And let's see what Nike is doing. That was up today, and that one actually looks good. And when was their earnings? Weren't they coming up, or were they today? I forget. They were today. I'm not sure what they did, but Nike does not look bad. And that Destiny's Tech 100 right here is just kind of cruising around, has a little setup time. Not sure if it's getting through right there. And let me see what it's doing over here. Yeah, I'm not sure that's moving up there yet, but there you go with DXYZ, Destiny's Tech. And there you go with your Mag 7 big caps and all them guys right there. And I'll get cruising and see what's going on. Two of them that people wanted to see over on Stock Twitch, GLMD, Galmed Pharmaceuticals. And this has slowly been going up there. Let's take a look at GLMD right here. I think you're going to get prepared for that roll off, but it might be for next week with that one. So you have to keep an eye on that. And ST right here, System 1. And that had recently run up, coming out of the top and pulling back right there. Yeah. I think two of them that you got to just kind of watch as they pull back to get set up and roll off, to be honest with you. And that's GLMD and SST right there. And what was that CYCU doing? That was down a little bit. And that's how that closed. And that POWL was way up today. And that's that PAL. And Carnival Cruise wasn't looking too bad. It is getting set up to try to run up into the top. So that may cruise off. And United Health is trying to get set up as well. And how about that Open Door Technologies? That one is getting set up as well. So these things are looking pretty good. And they're looking pretty bullish, including Webbull right here, Webull. And that's not looking bad. So keep your eye on Webull, because that could get cruising. And let's take a look at that Wang and Lee today. And I keep doing that. I don't know why, but it is WLGS. And there you go. Just a little healthy pullback. Nothing crazy. And it is trying to get set up. And maybe it is waiting for next week, but it is not looking bad there for Wang and Lee. So we'll keep an eye on that and see what WLGS is going to do right there. And Lulu right here, wasn't that up? I thought it was up just a hair, but that did bottom out, and it's getting ready to get set up. So we'll keep an eye on that. that probably going in for next week. So might curl up some and run up a little bit more tomorrow. So you can keep an eye on Lulu right there. And let's see what else is going on, what you guys want to look at. And I'll look at that BBAI, that big bear. That one's trying to cruise back up and go into the top right there. Altimmune was down a big one today. It did take a huge dip. So we might have to take a look at this. Look at that, hit that resistance and took a big nosedive down $4.10 right there. So we'll definitely be watching that one, ALT, and see what it wants to do. And that quantum space was running up some more right there. And that got into the top one we were looking at. And Circle was trying to run back up here. Keep an eye on that. Remember, we were saying that it might be trying to just some healthy pullback, and it might be trying to curl back up. That's what the candles look like. You don't have a whole lot of data there with your RSI and MACD, but that's what it appears like it wants to do. And FedEx right here was down some more. It does look like it's trying to get set up in the next week or so. UPS was back over 100 hours and not really anything crazy, but it appears to be a little bullish. And again, that AVAV, we were looking at it and it's going up like $40 the last 2 days. And how about HIT? That wasn't looking too bad. That was up and trying to run up a little bit more right there. And your OKLO right there was up a tiny bit, and that's getting set up, and I'm pretty sure that's a nuclear one right there. And let's see what OCGN has been doing. It was pulling back just a hair, hitting that support line, and let's see it get popped back up. So that is OCGN and IXHL. That one's kind of getting set up. And remember, we were saying maybe it's going to wait for that. It appears like it might. We will have to keep an eye on it next week just to see what it wants to do. And QMCO was back up today. Remember, we were saying it wasn't looking bad. They do have earnings coming up, and that will be Monday. And that's the last day of the month. And then Tuesday, what is July 1st? And 4th of July is Friday. So how crazy is that, guys? So fast. And again, they do have earnings coming up on Monday right there. And there you go. It is jumping up and looking way better for QMCO. So you might want to keep an eye on that because it does look good right there. And RGTI, we'll look at that one right now. And that's not looking too bad. It could get set up a little better. QUBT, that one could start to curl up. We'll have to look at that tomorrow and see if it wants to. Same with QBTS right there. And QTUM, let's see what that quantum ETF is doing. Open and closed in the same spot. Let me see where it's at, where the setup is right here. QTUM. Here we go. And that is the Defiance. It is still up there. We'll have to see if it can cross through right there. And IONQ right now is up today and doesn't look too bad. Let me look at that IONQ. That one could be a one that continues to run up tomorrow. It is not looking bad right there. And that ZSPC, that's trying to curl up, guys, and looking pretty good. So keep your eye on ZSPC. That's another one of these computer hardware ones. Has been run down in the basement, and it's now trying to curl up. So that one could be a good opportunity right there. And how about that RCAT? That was running up as well today. So keep an eye on that. And speaking about the cats, we'll do the big cats real quick. The lion, not too bad. Trying to, it was run up. It's trying to curl back up, but I don't know if it's exactly ready. And there's JagX just kind of pulling back right there. And the Cheeto now was trying to get set up yesterday, and it's not looking too bad right there for the Cheetah. So you can keep an eye on CTNT. And there you go with your big cats right there. And let's see what else we had. That HSDT, a couple other ones that we were looking at. And that is trying to curl up. It's just kind of running around right there. PCSA was down today. And let's see what else. Genius wasn't too bad. That was running up. We were looking at that one. And TDTH right here was down a little bit. And we'll see if that can get set up. And that HCTI and Green Lane, they were both down today. You can see, I think the HCTI would have a better shot, but we'd have to keep an eye on them. That DNN is running back up. That's a uranium one in Canada right there. And how about that NCNA? If I type it in correctly, you can see, oh my goodness, NCNA. There we go. And that one was down a little bit. It was just kind of moving around, nothing too crazy right there. Had all them crazy looks, and we'll see if that one can get rolling off for next week, because that could be a good setup. And TRIB right here was running up yesterday, pulling back today. And what about that Nectar? That was still run up a hair, but nothing too crazy. And LTBR Light Bridge right here, pulling back on us. And let's see what else is going on. Sky H, let's see what that's doing. That's Sky Harbor, and that was kind of just flattened out right there. So a couple other ones, and that Safe X right here was down. It was running up yesterday. And ZVSA, we'll look at that one real quick, and then I'll come and see what you guys want to look at. And this one is trying to get set up, so pay attention to that ZVSA right there. Oh yeah, this Trump one. That's what I wanted to see. What is that up to? That is up 2 cents. And I know it was pulling back there, and it could be trying to get set up. I don't think it's ready yet. And also, this did pull back as well. CLBR right there. And we'll see. It is up 50 cents, but it was still pulling back. And not too bad. We'll keep an eye on that tomorrow as well. So, and Green Lane and TRNR Interactive Strength, or whatever it is. Yeah, Interactive Strength. They both reverse split tomorrow. So there you go. Announces 1 for 10. So, and Green Lane, that's reverse splitting tomorrow. So there you go with them two. So thank you. Deep Soul Diving and Bull slowly making higher lows. Only a matter of time for that one. And I agree right there. Bull will get bullish. So keep your eye on that. CDT and a few other ones, Deep Soul Diving. Let's see what Conduit Pharmaceuticals is doing. And it's trying to get out of the basement. It is up, and that is getting set up right there. So CDT could be a good opportunity going into next week. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that tomorrow in ABP. I remember looking at AbPro Holdings. This was running up the other day. Not looking too bad today, just a little flat right there. It does look like it wants to roll up there. So I would say keep an eye on ABP. It is looking pretty good there for tomorrow. And CHNR right there is China Natural Resources. And maybe this one is ready. It recently split, got down to that support line, and it is popping up there, CHNR. So definitely keep an eye on that China Natural Resources, not looking bad right there. So there's 3 decent ones. Deep Soul Diving and REGN almost ready to go higher there. So we were looking at this REGN, and that is not looking too bad right there. Let me see what it looks like over here if I types it in. Here we go, REGN. And yeah, that's trying to line up itself on the 20 and curl up right there. Just a little bit of flatness. So there we go for that. And to you guys in the Discord alert, do you guys in the Discord alert when you plan on buying and closing a trade? Yeah, they absolutely do. It is me, 15E, Ben, and Godfather absolutely do, and I will definitely start doing that as well. So again, I was just trying to get all set up and get ready to rock and roll in there. So yeah, I absolutely will be doing that too, but they already have been doing that. And again, they've been crushing the market. They've been doing it for a while now. So I would say, yes, that is happening for sure. And Wolf right here, WULF. And again, we're going to really focus on trading these bad boys and just rolling them over and compounding, and you'll see how quick an account can grow when you're playing it smart and trading the right ones. And boom, boom, boom. It's the way it works right there. So you will see that happen. And there is TerraWolf right here. I'll spell TerraWolf. It's WULF. I meant to say is there's 2 wolves, and then the other one like go bankrupt or something. It's still there. I forgot. Wolfspeed. And oh yeah, no, I think somebody like saved it or something. The struggling EV semiconductor, they filed for bankruptcy. That was it. I remember that. Anyway, that one is pulling back. It's in the basement for WOLF and WULF. TerraWolf right here is looking a little better. So I would say that doesn't look bad right there. Luis Rodriguez for WULF. Look at that setup. And we'll see if it just wants to keep on cruising. And BFH Bread Financial. We were looking at that the other day as well. I think you brought it up, Luis Rodriguez. And that one's been making some bread right there. 55 to 56. It's just been slowly going up there, but it's been nice making some good bread. And GNS, like I said, that one did pop up. I did see that today. We went over it last night and it was looking good in the top. And SRFM, we did look at Surf Air Mobility and it had run up, pulled back a little bit, and it's not looking too bad right there for SRFM. Yeah, that's looking pretty good to try to run back up. So that one doesn't look too bad. And that, of course, that's CORZ. That was up and that was definitely in the Discord and should run up some more tomorrow. So there you go. And John Curie, we'll look at AREB. You're stuck in at 220. It's at 140. Let's look at it. AREB right here, American Rebel Holdings. And let's see what that's doing. It's just kind of making a bottom. I would expect it to try to base out and roll back up. And it does look like it bottomed out there, ran back up there. And we'll see. It has to get back up over this 20 and maybe it can get cruising. It's not looking bad right there. How about that AREC in the coking coal sector? And this thing is getting set up. So you might want to keep an eye on AREC right there. And yeah, AREB it should try to get set up again. So we'll keep an eye on it for you. And like I said, there you go. It should try to get rolling off. I'm not sure if it'll happen tomorrow, but next week it should try to do something. And that CYN popped on news of a collaboration with NVIDIA. So it was up big today. And that is, there you go, skyrockets anyway, 500% thanks to NVIDIA's backing right there. So thank you very much, Luis Rodriguez and John Kerry and everybody else posting them in. It is me, 15E, Mr. Drawdown, and Cadence right there. And I had read all them because Cadence was crushing it and she's doing very well in the Discord. And like I said, it is a great Discord, guys. I was telling you that before. And now you have Sam and other people letting you know. And again, that CORZ was a monster today in there. And I'm going to be crushing it too. So it is going to get amazing. I promise you that. And we did say that Green Lane and TRNR are reverse splitting tomorrow. And let's see what TORO is doing over here. Good old Toro. Let's see. TORO. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Toro. And that is a marine shipping one. And that looks like it's just pulling back at the moment. Let me see, Toro. Yeah, it looks like it's going to try to pull back. I can look at it tomorrow, see if it changes any. And ZVSA looks a little better, though, for us. Let's look at ZVSA. Let's see what that's up to. That's not looking bad. That's trying to get set up. Just watch for any dips right there. But ZVSA looking pretty good, I must say. So there you go. And we did our Mag 7 and our big caps, and we went through that. Let me see if I missed anything over here. And let's see. I think Luis Rodriguez had a nice big list right there. I'll even repost it for you guys, and you can take a look at it. And here we'll go through them. I think we went through a bunch of them already, so I'll just kind of jump through. And here's Estee Lauder. Remember, we said that was going up, and we did look at Big Bear right there, and it doesn't look bad to continue tomorrow. What's ENPH right here? End Phase Energy, and that is going to hit some resistance right there. ENPH right there, and it is going to hit that 50. So just beware of that. We'll see if it can get through. And that Marvell was looking pretty good for tomorrow to try to continue up. It was up today, so that was a great one. And that POWL was another great one that was up a lot today and should continue its way up. And SKYT right here, Skywater. And remember, we were just looking at that and we were talking about water. And there you go. That was up over 10% today. So a ton of them were early on, but they're great setups. And PDYN right there. That one is continuing the setup, so we can keep an eye on that. But it was up a little bit. And Rich Tech Robotics right there. That one looks like it's trying to get set up. As a matter of fact, could be tomorrow or next week or even later on in the week, depending on how fast it moves, but not looking bad. And NOC, remember we were liking this one, NLMT as well, Lockheed Martin. And that wasn't too bad. That one is getting set up as well, guys. That's getting set up. And NOC was looking pretty good. Northrop Grumman right there. So let's look at that one going next week. And GD right here. Remember, we were early for that. And General Dynamics is running up there. And that Soundhound is looking pretty good. To try to set up now, it was beat down and did dip, that's for sure. And let's see what HIMS is doing. And that's not looking too bad. We'll see if it can curl through right here. You can see it's trying. Let me look at that real quick. HIMS. And yeah, we'll see if it can curl through. It looks like it's going to run. I'm not sure if it'll curl through, though. That's for sure. And SMCX is the ETF for the SMCI. And that one does look good. And we were talking about that last night as well. So there you go with some great ones right there. We hit the Mag 7 and the big caps and all that good stuff and been crushing everything. BBGI, let's see what that's doing right there. BBGI, and that's Beasley Broadcast. Just trying to make a base. We'd have to look at it. It's not doing anything too crazy right there. BBGI. And again, it could get curled up. It could hit that 20. I don't know if it'll get through to 50, though. So even if it curls up, it might have a little bit of a run. SIDU, I believe, is in aerospace and defense. It sure is. City of Space. And that one looks pretty good right there. SIDU. So there you go. Keep an eye on that one because that one is looking pretty good to run up in the morning. That's for sure. And let's see what's going on in this market right here and see what's jumping out at us. That HCTI, that one looks like it's kind of pulling back right there. Let me see what's up. Blue screen, and it was kind of pulling back a little bit there for HCTI. And that VOR was run up in ADIL, Big Bear, NVIDIA, QS, and Green Lanes pulled back. PSTV was kind of just running around, nothing too crazy. And that Lucid still down there, and that DNN was up. Plugs just hanging out. They're just trying to run up, and someone must be plugging away there, see if it can get back up over this see if it can get over that trend line right there because it looks like it wants to get moving again. So keep an eye on Plug right there. That's not looking too bad. Let's see what Plug is up to. Yeah, keep an eye on Plug tomorrow, guys. That one's not looking bad. BT. Let's see what else. And that CORZ, that was a big one today. That's for sure. And let's see what else is going on over here. Let me take a quick look. That CYN was cruising up there. ASTI. I didn't even notice that one. Ascent Solar CTIF looks new right there. And that beam, we were looking at that. And that was on there the other day. And let's see, Live was runner up, Live Ventures. And let me see what else is going on right here. If anything else jumps out, that ALT big dip right there. And that Top King win was up a little bit today. And let's see what else is happening. Nothing too crazy right there going into a Friday. And again, it will be a short week with 4th of July. Asian stocks climb as the Fed cut bets gain momentum. Wow. Who was on the money with that, guys? And the Treasury deal kills Treasury. I can't read. Treasury deal kills revenge tax that spooked Wall Street. S&P 500 futures are a little changed as benchmark closes in on all-time high, and the Fed's moves on interest rates aren't just about Trump's pick for chair. Here's the math. And S&P 500, NASDAQ rise, closing near record levels. Oh my, who was saying that was going to happen? Geez, I guess you guys kind of know that. That's for sure. And let's see what else is going on. Political turn. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell now heads into his next challenge, a potential threat that President Donald Trump could undermine his authority by soon naming his pick to head the central bank. In wake of the intense criticism, Wall Street has been buzzing over the potential for a shadow chair or someone Trump could install as a central bank. What's it say? gadfly until Pal's term expires or something, whatever that word is. I have no idea. But anyway, there you go. And you know who was saying that before anybody was saying that. And that was on this show, that's for sure, because I just didn't even understand what the argument was. There wasn't even an argument a month ago. No one could argue with me. But anyway, there you go with that. And let's see what else is going on, because we have to look at our crypto, that's for sure. Seven 107,101. Solana's at 139, back under 140. Ethereum's at 2424, and Ripple's at 209. So they have pulled back a little bit there. Cardano at 55, and there you go with them bad boys. And Chainlink's at what? 1294. I thought it said 1234, but it says 1294 is what it looks like. And here you go. There is your crypto right there. And let's see, it is just a little healthy pullback, nothing too crazy. And like I said, I think they're getting ready to get rock and rolling. And let's see what Ethereum's up to right here. I mean, the 20 is pushing them down a little bit, and they're trying to bounce up there. So we'll be keeping an eye on it. And even if they pull back a little bit, I still think that is the bottom. I don't think we're going to see a huge dip coming up from here. So we could see a little bit of pullback, and that's fine, because that will be a good opportunity, it looks like. And crypto will be getting set up. And you know how we're about 2 to 3 weeks early. So maybe after 4th of July, you can see that pulling back a little bit more. But that should be like the last bit of the pullback right around there. So there you go with that. And here's Chainlink kind of pulling back. And what was ETF? I think it was at like 2.1 million market cap or something like that. Let me just take a quick peek. And yeah, it's at like 2.1. Yep, 2.1 right there. And that needs to get moving. That's for damn sure. And yep, ETF, deep soul diving, that is way down. That's for sure. And I would say it can't really go any lower. And if it does, it's in trouble. It's pretty much in trouble now. It needs to get cruising. But if it dips any lower, it's really in trouble. So there you go with that. And that is your crypto right there. And again, just a little healthy pullback, nothing too crazy. We'll keep an eye on that and make sure it's not pulling back hard, as it had run up, and it looks good. And what else is going on here? Let me see what is happening over here real quick. And that BBAI we looked at, and Nike, we already looked at that, and it was up. And that did have earnings. And CYN, we talked about that one. And CORZ, we talked about that one right there. CORZ, Core Scientific, and we were all over that. INMB, and that was all in the Discord. And there you go with INMB. That one was popping up in the after hours, it appears. So let's see. And that plug doesn't look bad. So keep an eye on that INMB right there, though. That did pop up in the after hours. So keep an eye on that one for tomorrow. And CRMD right there, Core Medics. That looks like it was pulling back a little bit. And let's see what else is happening here. I'm not even sure what this one is. That's a Round Hill Coin Weekly Pay ETF. Not even sure. It looks like it wants to run up a little bit. So there you go with that. And Quantum Space right here. Let's see what that's up to real quick. Hold on real quick. Let me see if I can get it to go on there. There we go. Quantum Space, QuantumScape it's called. And that had been running up there really nice. So we had been watching that QS. So there you go with that one. And good night, Mr. Deep Soul Diving and Mr. Drawdown and everybody. Yeah, we're just going to get cruising through here, and we'll see what else is happening. And that is QuantumScape. And let's see, AAPW. And that's a Round Hill, another one of them ETFs with a whole bunch of dividends, it appears. So that is what the market looks like right there. And let's see. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. I meant to click on this guy. And tomorrow is personal income, personal spending, PCE prices, and then PCE prices core. And that's all at 8:30 tomorrow morning. So that's what's going on there. And that's what's happening in the market. I think we basically covered everything, and it does not look bad. And I think we are 100% on the money with everything that was going on, because For one, I did say for the last month that it was going to 610 and we'd see if it goes right over it. And it did go over it. It looks pretty good to try to run up some more. We'll reevaluate it tomorrow on a Friday going into the weekend. You know, they're going to leave it in a spot where you can't tell. So anything can happen over the weekend and it could go any way. But that is perfectly fine because it did hit our mark at 610 and now it's at 612 in the after hours. So we knew it was going up there. It just took a little longer than we thought it would, but it got there. And these things are running all-time highs. And the market is kind of crazy there. So I just don't see the argument. You guys know that. I've been saying that for the last month. And now all of a sudden everybody's jumping on board. And again, I was saying there's no argument, guys. So there we are with our SPY looking good for tomorrow and everything else looking pretty good. So we will be keeping an eye on it and we'll go through it all at the pre-market at 7 a.m. So be sure to tune in at 7 a.m. Be sure to follow along on X and YouTube. And if you're new following along, I greatly appreciate it. We do the show every night, Sunday night through Thursday nights at 9 p.m. And then we do our pre-market show Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. So that is how we do our shows. And again, this week I had lost my voice, so I did a little bit of different show, and I am getting my voice back. I shall be fine for next week. It's pretty good now. So that was a wild trip to Vegas. Anytime you go there and lose your voice, I guess after 3 days, I would say you had a pretty good trip. And as oil all over, I would say it definitely looks like oil is over for now, to be honest with you. And I couldn't even think of anything. Hold on. I don't even know. My mind just went blank as could be. And let's look at that because I know it was popping up there. But yeah, these guys are all kind of bouncing down. Even the energy ones are taking a dip right there. So we were looking at them guys right there, and they're pulling back as well. So ExxonMobil not looking so bad though. It could roll up. So I don't know if oil's completely done, but most of them appear to be done for now, I would have to say. And here are some of the oil and gas, and you can see that one could be jumping up there. Some of these might be ready to jump up, but I think some of the other oil ones are kind of down right now, especially with the conflict kind of going kind of going away. I don't know what the hell's going on there. So, what's going on, Rhett? How are you doing? And there's Rhett from and Rhett, I've told you guys, he's on. He just hopped on, but he does the back end on the Discord. So, any issues or anything, Rhett gets it all taken care of. He's the man. And gets that all figured out. So thanks for tuning in, Rhett. And we were already talking about your big day there, and we are doing well. We're about to wrap it up, actually. So I've been doing some short shows this week because I lost my voice when I went to Vegas. I was just saying, 3 days in Vegas, I lose my voice. I've never lost my voice in my life. And I was out until 3 a.m. every night there. So we had a great time. It was a wild one. And now my shed off is done. So if you saw that, I posted that video. I know you had enjoyed that. And Rhett's a handy dude. And so, yeah, I finished that up and I am ready to crush this market. I did see Ben had a huge day today, which was beautiful. And it's just the beginning. We're going to have huge days every day, or not every day, but pretty often, I must say that. And I've been known to do it very often. So we will be crushing it. So, yeah, any questions about the Discord, you let me know. And if I can't figure it out, I ask Rhett. So that's who I go to if I have any questions. So thanks for tuning in, Rhett. And like I said, we're just kind of finishing up here, and thank you, Rhett. Yep, we are on fire. I'm telling you, we are the best Discord. And like I say, it's a big value because not only do you get myself, you have Ben and Godfather who have already been killing it, and then you know what I can do. So it will be beautiful, that's for sure. And UVXY is at rock bottom, Luis Rodriguez is saying. So let's take a look at it. It will be down here at that 17. I think it could it does appear like it might want to roll off, but it could pull back a little bit more right there. And another interesting one, you can see how it could pull up right there or pull back, and they don't want to let you know what it's going to look like over the weekend. They never do. And there's our VIX right there, and let's see what that looks like at the moment. and that just looks like it's pulling back, and it does look like it'll try to curl up. And again, I do think we're going to see some pullback, but I'm not sure exactly how crazy it'll be. So we'll be keeping an eye on it. We'll be covering the market every day, and we'll crush it. So we will be going full force on the Discord and everything else, doing the shows, and I am going to be super focused now. I got my shed done, and I am excited to get out there and really start trading. And I'm focused in. When I get out there, I'm like, this is what I needed. Like I said, I do the show down here in like a cave. It's practically like a cave down here. It's fine to do the show, but when you're down here for like 6-8 hours trying to think straight, forget about it, especially with a brain injury. That's forget about it. So excited to go out there and work and really focus on crushing the market with everybody. And we'll compound some accounts, and you guys will see accounts grow like crazy. And you can already see a couple people in here already talking about the about our Discord being crazy. So Sam, Cadence on here lost her job, and in 2 days made her month's salary. So like I said, our Discord's awesome. And you guys know I stand behind what I say, and I always do what I say. So it might take me a week or two longer sometimes. With my brain injury, I'm so used to just doing things all the time that it's been a lot of adapting for me for the last 2 years. And guess what? Right after what day is it? So hold on, I'll tell you. My 2 years of being alive, it comes up right after 4th of July, because that's when I got hit in the head. And what day is it? It'll be a Tuesday. So 4th of July is Friday. And then that Tuesday, the 8th, right there, is 2 years that I got hit in the head and suffered a brain injury. And I'm telling you, I made a lot of progress in the last month and a half, 2 months. And you guys know I put a lot of work into it and try to get better each time. So yeah, I think I've been making progress. And I told you I was nervous about taking the flight to Vegas, and that went well. The only thing I couldn't do, I went into that bar, the karaoke bar, and them flashing lights nearly made me drop dead. But I know I can't be around flashing lights, and I don't think that's going to change. I didn't really think I could. I just wanted to. I have to see what I can and can't do. So I know I can't do that. That's for damn sure. And Robin said be joining the Discord, and I saw Robin out in Vegas, and we had a great time. So there you go, everybody. Greatly appreciate you all tuning in as always. And again, 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, and Deep Soul Diving is going to be joining. I'm telling you, you can grab the link off of my link tree. You just go right into my right into Great Times in Vegas. It certainly was. Just go right. If you need me to post the link for the Discord, let me know, or just hit me up, shoot me a DM. I answer everybody, and I'll certainly send you over the link, or you can just go right to my X page and right on the link tree. If you click on it and go down, there's a Discord. It'll take you to a different Discord page, but it'll have all the different months and everything. You can see all the price, whatever fits you. You check it out, and any questions, let me know. And like I said, if I don't know it, I ask Rhett. So thanks, Rhett, for tuning in. And Ben had a huge day today, so I look forward to talking to him, because I know that was a big one, over 100K. I love them days. They're a lot of fun. And like I said, you guys in Vegas were there. If you were listening, Rich even told you my picks helped pay for a lot of his house. So we're going to get right back to it, and I'm feeling really good again. And I think I really needed Vegas too, to like kind of see what I could and can't do. And I just like to push myself sometimes, especially after what happened. And now I know I'm doing pretty good. I'm not going to say I'm 100%. Clearly, I have some issues, but I can do the market, and we're going to destroy it together. And I am so excited. So I hope everybody else is as excited as I am. And I just couldn't wait to get this shed office done. I think it was it's going to be a new era in my Dougie Fresh trading life, I guess. And we'll it's been a crazy one. Trust me, guys. I've had some crazy times in the market. As you could tell, I've been doing this for over 20 years and kind of stopped at the age of 40 working. So I did pretty well, and I'm still doing pretty well. And now we're just going to take it to a whole nother level. So I'm excited to do it with everybody. Ben's doing it already. We're going to be doing it in the Discord, crushing it. So let me know if you have any questions, and I will be setting up my shed office. And also, you know what I have to get done tomorrow? I have to a new dryer right before I left for Vegas. My dryer decided to break on us, so when I got back, we had to go buy one of them. So we just decided to get a washer and a dryer because you know what? If the dryer broke and they're the same age, I figured the washer's going to break too pretty soon, and I don't feel like dealing with that shit again. So I just said, let's just get them both at one time, and it'll be way easier. So yeah, they have to deliver that tomorrow as well. But anyway, I'm good to go, and I'm ready to get trading. So we'll see what the market brings us tomorrow. And then next week, it's going to get wild. Even though it's a short week, it's all right. Like I said, it's just the beginning of a new era. And I really think the second half of this year is going to be fire, guys. So, we're going to have huge days. And it's going to be amazing. So, Rhett, have a good night. Robin, have a good night. And Mr. Drawdown, Luis Rodriguez, and everybody else. Laptop Travel, I think it's his last day traveling as well. So he'll be back, and we'll get back to our normal show, Deep Soul Diving. Thanks for hanging out. And it is me, 15E, and so many other people. John Kerry was on, and Cadence was on telling about the Discord along with Sam. I know they're both in there enjoying it as well. So there you go. Any questions, you feel free to ask me, and I'd be more than happy to answer you. So make sure you have a good night. And we're just doing early shows this week just so I could keep my voice, and I feel fine with that as well. So yeah, we'll be back in full swing next week, and then also full swing I'll be trading from my shed office, and I'm so excited, guys. You have no idea. I bought a brand new Apple Mini, and that's getting set up. Some new monitors. I have to go grab like one or two more. I think I might do that tomorrow morning. But anyway, yeah, it's going to be sick in there. Wait until you see this setup I'm going to do. So I can't wait. It's everything exactly the way I want it, so I can trade perfectly and help you guys. And then we can destroy the market together. So I am so excited. So everybody, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you guys at 7 a.m. and enjoy the weekend and everything else. Appreciate it, Mr. Drawdown, Robin, and everybody else. Have a good night. And yeah, Mr. Drawdown had a little issue with the stops on Webull, and I'll be definitely checking that out. So thank you for that heads up right there. And good night, Deep Soul Diving. So have a good night, everybody. And I'll see you guys at 7 a.m.